All right, guys. So here's how we're going to wrap up this chapter and pretty much our year in social studies. We are going to have kind of a mini virtual debate. And we've talked about debates before, but a debate is kind of a very civilized and a way for you to discuss a topic that has different sides to it and different opinions, and to share or state your opinion about a topic to kind of defend yourself, defend your reasoning as to why you think a certain way about that topic. But not only is it that, but it's also listening to the other side's opinion and also respectfully disagreeing with them, or maybe even agreeing with the points that they bring up, but also still defending your side. So we're actually going to do that with the last topic that we've been reading about, the miners, settlers, and Indians. So we are going to be debating this question, and all of these directions are in the mini debate written directions folder that is below this video. And so we are debating this question: who is justified or right by their actions during this time period? Do you think the Indians were justified? Were they right? Were they justified to make those attacks on ranches and stagecoaches? Were they in the right? Or were miners, settlers, and the U.S. government, were they justified in their actions? So two very different sides here, and you can make a case for each side, and you could, debate each side, which is exactly what we're going to do. So I've thrown a spin on this, and you're not going to just choose a side, though. Today, you're going to be assigned to a group, and the group that you're going to be assigned to is based on the first letter of your last name. So if your last name begins with the letters A through M, again, if your last name begins with the letter A through M, you are going to be doing this in support of the Indians, meaning that you are going to debate that the actions of the Indians were right and should have been done. If your last name begins with the letters N through Z, then you are in support of the settlers, miners, and the U.S. government, meaning that you are debating these actions, or the actions of this particular group were right and that they should have been done. Okay, so make sure that you know which side you're going to be on. Here's what you're going to do. For whatever group that you've been assigned to, your job is to go back through and maybe reread, maybe skim that section about the miners, settlers, and Indians. You don't have to worry so much about the mining today. Just focus on that group of people, the Sand Creek Massacre, the things that happened prior to the Sand Creek Massacre, the things that happened in the mountains with the Utes. Focus on that. So go back, reread it, skim it. You're looking for evidence. Your mission today is to make sure that you find enough support, enough reasons from the text that supports whatever side you've been assigned. So you're going to go back, you're going to reread that section, and you're going to pay attention and look for reasons that support your side. And then you're going to jot those things down on a piece of paper. So maybe on your paper, at the very top of your paper, you've got in support of Indians, in support of miners, settlers, U.S. government. And then underneath that, in bullet points or numbers, number 1, here's the first reason why I think this group of people was justified in their actions. Number 2, this is the next reason why I think this group of people was justified in their actions. So again, whatever group, whatever side you've been assigned to, you are looking for evidence from the text that supports that group of people was correct, was justified in what they did. So if you were assigned the Indians and you go through and you find evidence that, they were, their land was being taken away from them. Maybe that's your evidence. Well, yeah, they were justified in their reasons because their land was being taken away from them. They lived here first. I just gave you a hint if you're listening. So I'm not going to go any further because I want you to do all this work, but you do the same thing if you were given the minors, settlers, and minors, settlers, and government section. You're going to go back through and say, okay, where's the evidence that showed that what they did was okay and justified? All right. Find as much as you can. Again, I hate putting numbers on things. You guys know that. But I want you to find as many reasons, details, examples, proof, evidence that you can. I want you to think about when you debate at home. And I know you guys do. I know you debate at home. I know you debate at school too. You want something, you want to stay up late, you want the newest game, you want the newest toy, whatever it is. Look at all the different reasons why you give your parents or your teachers reasons why you should have that. So, same thing here. I want you guys to go all out. I want you to be very, very convincing about why that group was justified. All you're going to do today, actually, I was just reading my notes again. You need to find six reasons that supports your side of the debate. So that's going to be a lot of you going back and rereading and making sure that you find 6 reasons. And I also think it's okay to make some inferences. I mean, based on what you read, can you draw some conclusions? Can you think, okay, I read this, that means that this must have happened. So I think that would be a reason. So, and a lot of you were doing that already in last week's essay that you were writing about the differences between camps and towns or towns and supply towns. You were drawing conclusions and making inferences, and that was beautiful. It was perfect. Do that now. Most of your information should come from the book, but you can also make some conclusions and draw some inferences after you read as well. All right, so 6 reasons to support your side, your debate. Then that's all you're going to do today. You're going to write those things down and keep them handy because tomorrow we're going to use Flipgrid. You're going to record yourself giving your side of the case, giving your version of this debate. And I'll give you more information and kind of give you a quick script that you could follow so you know what to say and how to say it. So for today, just focus on going back to that section in the book, rereading it, looking for evidence, 6 examples to prove your side is right, is justified. I hope all that makes sense. Again, in the folder below this, I've written out these directions again, so if you need to read those again, be sure you do that. And that's all you're doing today. But just keep in the back of your mind that tomorrow we're getting back on Flipgrid. You're going to record yourself kind of stating your case and the reasons for your thinking. All right, you guys, good luck. Don't forget to reach out to either one of us if you have questions about what you're doing today. See you tomorrow.